everything they're doing, like I will kill his insane, very expensive and horrible and just the dumbest thing I've ever heard, electric vehicle mandate. Electric vehicle. They don't go far. Let's say, yes, you're in New Hampshire. Let's say, because Joe gets that mixed up a lot. He'll say, well, let's see, we're in Idaho now. No, Joe, you're in New Hampshire. So you're in New Hampshire, right? You're in New Hampshire, and we want to, let's say, drive down to Boston. Let's say that's about 3 stops. 3 stops, whereas you could go down and back with a tank of gasoline, I don't think you're going to like stopping. And the problem is you won't find a charger. And if you do, it's got lines. And they're trying to enforce this. The problem is, honestly, they don't go far. They're very expensive, and they're all going to be made in China. I was telling the United Auto Workers, I think they're going to all vote for me, other than the top 2 people. I think they're all going to vote for me. I said the deal is a killer because they're going all electric. And if you go electric, you're going to have those cars. They've got to be made in China because they have everything you need for electric. We have everything you need for a nice tank of gasoline. We have everything you need. We have it right under our feet. I think we're going to win the auto workers. I mean, I don't know if you saw in Detroit and Michigan, the vote. We're up 11 points in Michigan, which is pretty unusual. 11 points. Because they get it. You're not going to have an automobile industry anymore if they do this. You know the worst? They want to make all trucks electric. And the problem with the truck electric is a big, beautiful, brand new 18-wheeler, a big beauty, can go 2,000 miles on diesel fuel, right? Clean diesel fuel. It goes 2,000 miles. An electric truck, comparable size, but there's no such thing because the battery is so big you'd have to take up almost the entire truck to hold the battery. These are minor details, though, according to the Biden administration. So, but an electric truck, you'd have to stop. It goes 300 miles. So you got 2,000 miles versus 300 miles. That means you'd have to stop 6 or 7 times, whereas the other way you don't have to stop at all. And the trucking industry is up in arms because they don't know what to do. They're all going to be out of business. You talk about a supply chain problem. Wait till you see that one. And the worst thing is they want to make our army tanks all electric so that we can go in and we can blast the hell out of a foreign country, but we'll do it in an environmentally friendly way. These people are crazy. Crooked Joe puts China first. He puts Asia first, Ukraine first, illegal aliens first, environmental maniacs first. He puts everyone first, but he puts America last. He puts New Hampshire last. He puts our workers last. He puts our farmers last. He puts everything that's good, he puts it last. And I put New Hampshire first, and I put America first every single time. That's good. It's no wonder Biden and the far-left lunatics are desperate to stop us by any means necessary. They're willing to violate the U.S. Constitution at levels never seen before in order to win. They will do anything to win. They'll do whatever they have, whatever they can. And remember this, Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. He's a threat. And, we'll bring in adversaries, and I'll bring it in right now, but even Vladimir Putin. Has anybody ever heard of Vladimir Putin? Of Russia says that Biden's, and this is a quote, politically motivated persecution of his political rival is very good for Russia because it shows the rottenness of the American political system, which cannot pretend to teach others about democracy. So, we talk about democracy, but the whole world is watching the persecution of a political opponent that's kicking his ass. It's an amazing thing. And they're all laughing at us. Viktor Orban, the highly respected prime minister of Hungary, said, Trump is the man who can save the Western world. He said this in an interview to that he had the best foreign policy in decades, and it all belongs to Trump. He did not initiate a new war, and it would have been the greatest thing. Our world would have been a very different place right now. And he said that. He said it would have been very different, and there was no way that Russia, and he's right there, there's no way that Russia would have invaded Ukraine. It would not be possible for Russians to do that if President Trump were president. It wouldn't have happened. And guess what? It didn't happen. And you know what else wouldn't have happened? The attack on Israel wouldn't have happened. And inflation wouldn't have happened. They're weaponizing law enforcement for high-level election interference because we're beating them so badly.